What's up, everybody? This is Samara Joy, and you're tuning into Rolling Out.
What is going on, everybody? Rolling out back again, your host Malik Brown, and today I'm with a special guest. Today, I am with the one and only Samara Joy, wonderful singer in the building. Miss Samara, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be speaking with you today about everything that you have going on. Of course, next week you will be at the Blue Note in NYC. I mean, I guess we should just start there. I mean, how does it feel to be able to partake in something like this?
I mean, it's been so surreal, like to see people sending me, like, oh my gosh, I was passing by the Blue Note and I saw your face up there. I'm looking forward to coming to see you. Like, just seeing my name in the Blue Note, like associated, like in the same sentence, is pretty wild. But I'm really grateful, and I'm happy, to have the opportunity, to share music and to sing for people and have them actually, enjoy it. So
And I mean, like you said, just seeing your name on the Blue Note, I mean, like a dream come true. I mean, would you have ever expected? I mean, at a young age that you'd be doing stuff like this.
no, no, no. didn't, didn't expect it. No, I was surrounded by music growing up. I always loved singing and imitating singers, and you know, um, I don't know, just being surrounded by it growing up. It was always a part of my life, but to have the opportunity to, I don't know, express it through jazz, of all genres, the one that I didn't really grow up listening to. This is the one where I feel like I found my home in, and I feel like I can really express, think maybe music that I grew up listening to, and just like the message of it and stuff like that. I don't know. Uh, I couldn't have imagined it, but I don't know. I'm very glad that this is how it's playing out, I guess.
I mean, and you talked about you didn't grow up on this music. But what is it about jazz that kind of in like gets you up? Kind of like, oh yeah, this is my lane. What is it about jazz music?
I don't know. I think it's a mixture of things. When I first started listening to it, I kind of had to get adjusted to it in a way because it's not really like at the forefront of, like radio, and it's I don't think it has been like known for being like necessarily a popular music. So when I first started listening to it and getting into the singers and getting into the musicians, I was like, oh my, this is so cool, and I never um imagined, at least growing up, is like not being accustomed to that sound, like listening to it and like getting accustomed to it. I'm like, wow, I really enjoy this, and I feel like there's so many um routes, through like acoustic, and I do it more acoustically. I know there's a lot of like jazz fusion and everything like that with the electric instruments and stuff. But I think acoustic, specifically, is like it's really cool for me because I love singers, right? And so, to just be like able to like flat foot, musicians behind me acoustically, no effects or anything like that. For me, I really enjoy it, and I really feel like I'm learning a lot about myself through, this genre.
Who are some of your favorite singers? Right now, growing up, who are some of the people that you listen to a lot?
Speaking of Blue Note, I just saw that Layla Hathaway was there with Robert Glasper, and I am highly upset that I missed that. Highly upset. I saw Jill Scott was there, Andra Day. Those are a couple of my favorites. I definitely grew up listening to Layla Hathaway a lot. I imitated Layla Hathaway a lot. Um, Singers probably like Kim Burrell, who was also at the Blue Note. I'm just gonna probably list everybody who popped up during Robtober. But Layla Hathaway, Kim Burrell, Luther, gospel singers, like I don't know if you put Ty Tribbett under that category, but like, Karen Clark Sheard and I Kiera, like just a bunch of different stuff growing up. Stevie, Shaka, yeah.
Who's the one person that you want to work with? The one person, not just one. That one person. If they said you
One,
get to work with this one person, who is it going to be?
um, maybe Quincy Jones.
I like that. I like that. So, so like you say, you've kind of named, some of the people that you listen to, and you said that they were at the Blue Note in October, and now you're going to be here. I mean, with your name just being in that list, you know, of all the people that have been here, and things like that. I mean, how does that feel for you? And just know that you're confident enough to be in these spaces. You're talented enough to be in these spaces with those type of names.
I don't know about confident enough. I'm
Oh!
walking in it. I'm walking in it. I'm receiving that by faith, but um, I'm to be in those spaces with those same names, like to even be like I don't know, alongside them on the wall. Like I was looking and last time we were there, seeing my poster and seeing like Robert Glasper and seeing all of these names and stuff and just like the what Blue Note means, to the scene in New York and all the names that went through there over the years. It's still surreal. Like I really cannot believe it. I'm so grateful and I'm like I can't I graduated last year, May of 2021, and that feels like so long ago because of all the opportunities that have come up, and I feel like have prepared me for, a space like Blue Note. Because if I had gone maybe fresh out of graduation, I wouldn't be prepared, or maybe I would be, super, super nervous and like, I wouldn't be able to fully be, I guess, maybe comfortable in what I'm doing. But since graduation, going on tours and traveling and singing and trying out new stuff and playing with great musicians, it allowed me to kind of settle in myself and kind of like, I'm still have a long way to go, still a student and everything, but yeah, I feel a lot more confident and I'm like, okay, I know I'm still preparing and still growing and everything like that, but I feel a little bit more prepared now than what I did when I first graduated.
So I want to know, how do you get ready? Like, you say you're going on tours and everything like that. When you're about to go on set, how do you get ready? What is your routine? How do you get into the Samara Joy mood?
Ooh, I think it changes from day to day, because of schedule and stuff like that. Sometimes we have a day in the same, like a day or two in the same place, and other times, like today, we drove 6 hours, and now we have like a couple of hours before we get to sound check, and so, um, yeah, I don't know. It changes. I don't have like a specific routine, but like I make sure I'm drinking enough water. I make sure I have like, warm ups on lock, like things that I do consistently. Um, and I make sure I'm always listening to music because if I find myself getting caught up with all of the other things, which are important as well, then I kind of lose track of what I'm doing, in the first place, and as soon as I listen to music, I feel better. So I'm like always keep music around. I'm in the mood. I'm Samara all the time.
Love that, love that. And with you, like you said, going on tour, I remember I was listening to one of your interviews, and you guys were talking about how you were traveling so much. What have been your favorite places that you've been so far?
Well, we just got back from a 3 week tour in Europe, and the first place that we stopped was in Portugal, and it was this kind of like this island. It was called the Azores or the Azores, and it was absolutely beautiful. I almost felt like it was like a forbidden island or something like that, like it was gonna sink at nighttime or something like that. That's how beautiful it was. I was like, this is too good to be true. Um, but maybe yeah, maybe Portugal. Maybe Portugal has been my favorite place so far. I've been to Italy, been to Germany, been to Spain now. Yeah, I might take that back. Actually, I really love Barcelona. Nope, I'll submit that.
Is there one place you want to go that you haven't been yet?
Africa.
Mm, good one. I
I
like
would
that.
love to go to Africa and South America, but Africa for sure.
Definitely, definitely. So I want to ask you, when you're making music, when you're performing, what do you want that message to be to the people that are listening to you, your fans, listeners? What's that one message you want to get across with your music? Is there a message that you want to get across with your music?
Hmm. I think the message that I want to get across is that regardless of, I guess, the different places that we come from and backgrounds and experiences and stuff, like we all have shared experiences and we all have similar um similar stories one way or another. And so I guess I try to, in my sets at least, I try to connect them, um, connect the stories that I tell, about love and stuff like that, and try to kind of bring the audience in. It's just like it's not like singing at anybody, but it's just like I want to make it collective. I want it to be, you know, us hanging. It's like I want it to be a warm, intimate experience, um, but and a connective experience. So I guess that's the message that I want to get across. It's like we're all here together experiencing this music and experiencing these stories, and hopefully everybody can find something that they relate to, or the feeling that I'm trying to evoke or communicate throughout the set is one that everybody can relate to. So,
So, Gen Z, our generation, we love a lot of rap music.
mm,
Notice we love a lot of rap music. So, we got a lot of people that got the names Lil and then boom, whatever after that. So it's a lot of them.
right.
But 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 you're different. You're different. I think you're in a whole different lane. Um, do you feel like you're creating a new wave as far as just you being in this type of doing this type of music? You're not doing the typical rap things like that. You're in a whole different lane. Do you feel like you're creating a new wave for Gen Z?
I feel like, or at least I hope, I am maybe opening a door for those who don't listen to jazz to at least have a bridge to it, because everybody has their preferences as far as music concerned. I love me a little rap too. I love me a little R&B. I love me a little soul, a little funk, a little everything. But I found that this genre is where I can really, really express myself, at least right now, like at the moment. So hopefully when I share my music, there's maybe 100 people and like maybe 50 of them are like, oh, I really, I've never heard anything like this, but I'm open to experiencing and adding something different to my musical palette, because there's so much great music in the world, that's being shared and being spread and everything like that, in addition to the genres that you mentioned. But hopefully, uh even though I don't know if I'm creating a new wave, I hope that I'm sharing something that either people love and they've heard of, and they're like, oh, this is something I can add to a jazz playlist or whatever, or sharing it with those and just putting it out. And then hopefully people who also haven't experienced it are like, I've never been to a jazz, like so many people come up to me and like, you were my first jazz concert and I'm so glad I came and everything. I'm like, I'm your first, what? So I'm grateful for that feeling, just introducing people to something that I love, hoping that they love it too. But if you don't, then that's cool.
If you could convince somebody though, like, trying to get them on the wave of jazz, if there was something like one specific thing that you think would kind of get them, interested in jazz, what would be that thing?
I know I'm probably biased, but I would start with singers, and probably start with, there's one album that comes to mind, and it's Carmen McRae's. It's called Bittersweet, and it's pretty much an album of like ballads and like very very I don't want to say it's not like, I don't know, I don't want to say it's simple, but it's simple, and yet it's so heavy, emotionally and stuff like that. And the way the arrangements are and her singing is just like, I feel like when I first listened to it, and every time I listened to it, after the first time, I just like found something different. But it was easy to get into, and then it led me to listening to other musicians and stuff like that. So I would say start with a singer, and I would start with Carmen McRae probably.
Cool. So I want to ask you for that person that's looking, to be a young star, a
Hmm.
young jazz singer, maybe not a jazz singer, maybe like hip hop, R&B, whatever. They're looking to get in the space, this music industry. What are some tips, some advice that you would give to those young black girls that are looking up to you, those young black men that are looking up to you, looking to get where you are?
Well, I would definitely say, I don't know, I would say don't look to be a star, because, and I know that there are plenty of singers and musicians who are like, I'm going to make it. This is the hard work that I'm willing to put in. I'm going to be a star. But for me, I didn't. I personally, I didn't look at that. Like I all of this happened so like unlike anything that I would have planned. But at the start of it, it was like I love music, and so I went to this program for jazz, and was like, okay, I don't know anything about this, but I'm going to learn about it and I'm going to invest in it. And invest, since I'm here, I'm investing my money in this. I'm going to also invest my time into it and learn how to be the best at this that I can be, and reach out to my, resources, teachers and peers and stuff like that, about what to listen to and what to look for, and just continue to learn and learn and learn and learn. And then that led to the competition, and that led to meeting, my manager, which led to meeting booking agent, which led to leading, financial advisors, and like building a good team of people who are um supportive and who aim, to help me with areas that I can't, like marketing and like, distribution and negotiations and stuff like that. But I would say first things first is like look for opportunities to better yourself in whatever you're doing. That's the first thing. Like, I don't know, I think the stardom thing and being successful, or however you determine success, will come, when you're prepared. Like, don't, what is it? I don't know what the saying is specifically, but like, don't wait for the big moment, or like keep looking at that mountaintop moment and forget that the journey is that's the goal, is getting better and growing and becoming more and more every single day, step by step, the person that you want to be.
That's real. That's real. You are speaking facts right now. Thank you, Samara, for coming on. Before we go, I just want to ask, every time we, get an artist on here, we try to get them to sing a little something. Is there something that you can give us before we go? I understand, but if you could give us a little something before we go.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. Um, okay, well, this song is Stardust is the first song on the first album that I recorded. So I'll do a little something. Beside a garden wall, when stars are bright, you're in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale of paradise where roses grew. No, that's a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Samara Joy, guys. That was amazing. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Samara,
Thank
for coming
you.
on, speaking with us. We love what you're doing here, rolling out. We're here supporting you. Good luck next week. Good luck in the future. Everything that you do, we're here supporting you as well. Before you go, let the people know where they can find you, where they can find your music, social media, what you got coming up next, everything like that.
All my good people, I'm on every social media platform. Samara Joy sings. Samara Joy sings on Instagram and TikTok. Samara Joy on Facebook. Go to my website. It's all updated with all the upcoming dates. Going on tour again for another couple weeks with Jazz and Lincoln Center, for Big Band Holidays in December. So come out to that on with Diane Reeves, and then we'll be in the New York City in the big Appel Room, with the orchestra and a lot of other dates. But that's what's coming up in the next couple months. And Blue Note on Monday and Tuesday.
Blue Note, don't forget Blue Note, guys. That is the beginning. Everything. Thank you so much, Samara, for coming on. Y'all know where to find her. Y'all know where to find the music. Y'all know where she's going next. Make sure you guys support her next week. Thank you again, Samara, for coming on. Everything you're doing, we love to hear rolling out and continue to shine.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Always, always. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out. This is Rolling Out, your host, Malik Brown, my special guest, Samara Joy, and we are out.